Welcome to our new home. This is a 2016 Hideaway Trailer Camper 32 BHTS. And today we are going to take you inside and give you a full tour of the entire unit so you can see what we're working with. But this isn't our first time living off-grid. We've actually been van lifers since 2019 in 3 different vehicles. So it's not unusual for us to call a rig our home. We love living nomadically and are excited to get back on the road. But since we got our first van, things have changed. Our family has grown, and we need a different kind of rig to really enjoy travel. So while we figure out the next perfect travel rig, this Hideaway is going to be our home base.
Starting in the front of the trailer, we have this huge storage space. The storage space is so big, it goes underneath the bed all the way to the opposite side. So it passes all the way through, and you have a door on both sides that locks fully. On this front side, we have an automatic trailer hitch lifter. And then in the middle here, we have some propane tanks. We have dual propane tanks that automatically switch over, and an indicator that tells you when they're empty. And then right here underneath this green box is where our lithium-ion battery is stored. We did upgrade the battery from a lead-acid battery to a lithium-ion battery because we knew that we could draw all the energy out of that lithium-ion and not worry about damaging the battery. Right now, we have to also change our converter in order to fully charge that battery. So we want to make these changes so that way we can live out here in the bush full time. With the propane here in the front, we don't know how long it lasts. We've been living out of this thing for 3 weeks now, and the propane's still going strong. I have 2 tanks going, and 1 tank hasn't even emptied yet. 3 weeks, that's pretty damn good. Our fridge is running off of it. Our hot water heater is running off of it. If we ever need heat at night, that's running off of it as well. The propane cooktop is also running off of that. And I love the fact that it's stored outside, so we don't have to worry about any of the dangers that propane could bring along with it. Outside here, we have a gravity fill for water. This is the way that we fill since we don't have a city hookup out here. I think we have about 45 gallons of fresh water, which is pretty good for an RV. And then down here, I think this is to actually pressurize or blow out the system. I don't really know what this one is, so we have to figure that one out. I'm not going to tell you something if I don't know what it is. That's a gigantic spider right there. Right next to the gigantic spider that is crawling up into our house is a gray water and a black water dump. There's 2 on this rig. So you have one here in the front area, and then there's one right between the back 2 slides. Rule of thumb, the bigger pipe is always the black water.
So because we are kind of far out here and often we don't actually bring our truck in, we don't want to damage the lawn too much. So we only bring the truck in when we absolutely have to. We've been using this Hay Trip wagon.
This thing has been a blessing.
She is a heavy duty, giant wheeled wagon for groceries, for water. So handy to have. We protect it from the rain and all the other elements just by sliding it underneath. If we were going to be gone for a long time, we'd probably pack it up and put it away, but we're not really worried about anybody taking it. We're in the middle of nowhere.
This Easy Lift system was also an upgrade that the previous owner did. This allows us to balance the whole trailer without having to use anything except for just bringing these down and making sure that we're balanced properly.
We also have to take the black water out and the gray water as well. So we've purchased a tank. This is a 36-gallon Rhino portable black tank. You can put this up on the hitch of your vehicle to take it out. It can get messy if you watch our last video. A bit of a disaster.
No! Stop.
But we think it's gonna be the solution for now.
Alex had a bit of a disaster. She wasn't the one getting soaked with the stuff. It went all over my foot.
We are off grid here, and it is great having the lithium battery, but you need a way to power that battery. In the future, we'd like to build a full solar array out here so that we could charge with the sun. But for now, we have this generator that we picked up on Facebook Marketplace for $300, which is a pretty good steal because these are usually about $1,000. It's not a pure sine wave, which is what everybody says that you should get for a very quiet generator experience. But because we're way far out here, we're not really bothering anybody. And also, you really can't hear it from the house, which is great. And inside of our house, you can hear it when it's on, but it's not like annoying. This is a good solution for now. It does chug gasoline. 1 tank of gasoline for this only lasts about 12 hours if you're running it consistently and if you're running everything in the house at the same time. So what we like to do is run it for a couple of hours in the afternoon, especially when it's really hot out. We'll turn on the air conditioning. We'll charge all the batteries on the inside that we'll show you guys in a minute and get everything in the house powered up so that we can turn this off and then just use the batteries that we've got.
We're pretty far from the RV right now, and I think I hear somebody talking.
It's me, and I don't even have to yell because I'm using the Lark M2 microphones. These lavalier mics are so amazing, and we're so excited for them to be the sponsor of today's video. This is the Hollyland M2 Lark microphone system. Just like all those headphones that you have, now you can have a wireless microphone system at the touch of your fingers. This is so easy to travel with, incredibly portable, and it charges on the go. You can record for up to 10 hours on a single charge, and the portable case charges the set in less than 1.5 hours, providing a total battery life of approximately 40 hours. Make sure that your audio is always top-notch, and it comes with so many different accessories to make it easy to film. You can either plug it directly into your phone, Android, or Apple. And there's also 3 ways to wear it on your body: the lanyard necklace, the clip, or the lapel magnetic clip. And it's so great that each of the microphones are magnetic and the system is interchangeable. So you can just switch from one to the other with the simple click of a magnet. It also comes with 2 little fluffies to block wind if you ever need to, but the system itself has a built-in noise canceling mode so that if there's things going on, you're recording in a very loud space. We actually turned on the noise canceling for the cicadas outside because they're so loud. The bugs are crazy out here. So the Lark actually takes away all of the background noise inherently.
What I love most about these microphones is the distance that you could go. You could go up to 1,000 feet or 300 meters in line of sight and still have transmission to sound clear as day. Watch this. Can you hear me now? 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 Yeah, I'm pretty far away. Like, just like, look, can you see me in the camera? I'm waving. I'm this little thing here. When we're doing stuff like crossing borders, we're able to put the camera down and be able to talk, no problem. You can hear the conversations that we have with random strangers because we have this mic, but we don't have the camera directly on us, which will make a huge difference in comfortability. Oh, I did drop my phone, by the way. Got it.
The Hollyland Lark M2 is perfect for any vlogger, whether you're a professional or you're just playing around. This is gonna completely upgrade the sound quality of all of your videos. It's plug and play, so easy to use. We highly recommend it because it's totally F&A.
On the back side of our rig right here, we have an outdoor shower, which we also used when we had that experience with that black water tank.
It's actually come in handy a couple of times because Everly's really messy when she eats. So we've actually like hosed her down out here, covered in like yogurt or spaghetti sauce.
In the middle of the summer, it basically becomes like Everly's bath.
There you go.
And then right here, we have a city water fill. This is the way to actually fill or keep pressure in our system without having to go through our freshwater tank.
This is connected to the hot and cold water. So you can have a nice hot water shower outside. In any of our vans that we've had so far, we haven't really had super functioning hot water. So it's really nice to have it on demand. If only we could figure out how to make it not stinky.
That's so bad.
No.
That's so bad. And then this is my favorite part of the rig so far. Really cool. Bum, 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 bum. It's an outdoor kitchen. You have your propane cooktop right here that pulls out. There's a quick connect right underneath. So that way you could quick connect your gas line right up. That slides right back in. Maybe we'll build something so that way we could have some guests over, some friends over. Right here you have a big, pretty good size refrigerator. This would, I guess, would be like, for a lot of people, the beer fridge or something along those lines. So this is just like, you know, an extra storage for more food or more drinks or anything along those lines. The only thing is that this uses 120, and for us to be able to utilize this system, we really need to have that solar set up. Once we have our solar setup in place, this will be fully utilized and fun to be around. You know, come out here, have a little, you know, cookout. We can have barbecues here with people. You know, we can make it a good time. And then this has hot and cold water, so you can wash your hands before you go inside. That way, if we're playing outside, whatever, we don't have to bring all that dirt inside the house.
You could also do your dishes, but I know you don't really think about that.
Yes, I do. We could definitely do the dishes. That's true.
The full length of this trailer is 37 feet. So when we were purchasing it, we were not thinking about traveling in it. For us, this is a home base, a hideout, where we can come when we are in our home area of Ontario and we really just want to relax, unpack, settle in for a little while between trips. This is a big, bad rig that would be a lot to tow. all the time.
See what you did there, the hideout?
I know.
It is a hideout. It is the hideout.
Do you want to tell me how much it is to tow?
This unit is about 8,200 and change pounds when it's dry weight. When it's wet, it's like 11,000 and change. So luckily we have the vehicle behind us that is able to pull it. It is definitely teetering on the edge of being almost too heavy, but that's why we got the 5.7 liter Hemi. Yeah, it's only a 1,500, and I get it. There's gonna be people out there that are gonna criticize it, but that's really what we could afford. So that's what we needed to be able to pull this rig right here. Dry, not a problem at all. Wet, we're getting close to the edge.
Just a few more outdoor features I want to talk about. Frank built me this beautiful deck. Look how snaztastic. It feels really good. We used leftover materials from my parents' deck that we built, and this has been working out really wonderfully. Our plan for
This right here.
the grass deck next to it is actually to put it over at the cooking area. The only complaint I have about the cooking area is that it's a little bit tall, and I'm a little bit short. So we need these extra couple of inches underneath of it so that I actually see inside the pan when I'm cooking. Right now I'm like cooking like this.
Oompa, loompa, oompa-dee-doo. I got another puzzle for you. And then if you look up here, there's actually a couple of speakers out here because inside is a radio / Bluetooth hookup. It also hooks up to the TV and it gives you a full surround sound experience. There's A, B, and C zones, and outside would be the C zone. So you could actually just make it just the C zone and keep the inside of the house quiet while you could have, you know, the music playing outside for yourself.
The final outside feature that actually is controlled inside is the awning. It's really big and wonderful. Moves out electronically though, and we're not plugged in right now, so I can't show it to you. But I do have some videos of it out right here. When you first come in the door, we have set up this extra baby gate because Everly figured out how to open the screen door on our first day here, and that's super dangerous. We need the screen door to be open for airflow. She also is really interested in my microphone, so I'm trying to keep it away from her. Because now we have an awake baby. In the front here, we have our control panel. This is where you're gonna get your hot water heater, your awning, all of the lights, the gas, the water pump, the slides. This will do with one slide. Unit actually has 3 slides. One of them is controlled here and the other 2 are over there.
What's really cool about this panel too is the water heater is actually electric or propane. So if we wanted to use the water heater and we just had 12 volt hooked up, we could do that by using the propane and by clicking that one on right there. And it will show you a fault light. And once it's ready to go, that fault light will go from being lit to not lit at all. You want to come here? Oh, you doing splits?
We spent a lot of time looking for the perfect layout for our family's needs, and this kitchen island was a huge selling feature. The reason that this is possible is because this kitchen section is actually a pop-out. So the fridge and the stove both move back to allow this to become a walkway. Now, it's not the biggest walkway ever. Everly and I basically fill it. But it is enough space to be able to get through, to have all of this extra storage here in the island area. We have all of our kitchen utensils, cutlery. In here, we've got my cupboard of bags. This is really not well organized, but it's all the baggy things. And then down here, we have our Tupperware drawer. And I put this down here specifically because Everly really likes to pull everything out of here. And it's a fun game for her. So we just let her roll with it.
And the best part is the stuff that's down there is not dangerous, so we don't have to worry about her like taking something out and worrying about her like choking on it or something.
Tupperware is toys. Here, thank you. I will put that right here. We have a double basin sink, which is great for doing dishes. I bought this extra drying rack so that we can kind of dry the dishes in the sink.
You DJing over there?
Beep, 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 beep. Over here, we have a 3-burner cooktop, which is kind of unique. The front burner is the most powerful, and then the 2 back burners are more of a simmer burn, which is great. We have the light and the fan as well, and then extra storage up here. To finish up the kitchen, we have this really large pantry area here. This, I love how much space it is, but I think it could be better utilized. what I would love to have here is actually a slide out pantry here would be amazing. So like we had in Olive, if we could literally just pull this out and then have easy access to everything, because I find this cupboard is so deep, to find the things in the back is like a little bit annoying sometimes. So you don't have good eyes on everything. Whereas if it slid out, you'd be golden. And then of course we have a freezer fridge combo. It's a huge amount of space. This runs on both 120 and propane. So when we're off grid, it's running on propane. And then when we're hooked up to power or when the generator is running, it's on 120.
What's really kind of cool about that one, it's an automatic. So it has automatic temperature as well as it has automatic detection, whether you have 120 or propane. It's always going to prioritize the 120 over the propane because it knows that you don't want to use your natural gas. At least that's how they set up the little, computer. So that way you could use 120 no matter what if you have it.
Like we said, it's empty right now because we literally just unpacked everything to leave for our 45-day trip in the UK. So be sure to subscribe. Those videos are going to be FNA.
So we have like your household microwave, pretty good size. Actually, maybe a little bit smaller than the household one. We don't really use the microwave too much, but nice to have it, I guess. Up here, we have flour and some extra storage. And then down here, we have our trusty Connect 10 that goes to our PB1000. This is actually how we get our 120 right now. We use this battery bank here and a few others. So that way we could have 120 in every single one of the rooms. And we have our Connect 10 connected to that. This is amazing for us because we have US service and we live in Canada. So the Connect 10 allows us to have full service Wi-Fi where we are back in the bush, and we're able to use it as if we had normal service here in Canada, which has been a blessing for us because otherwise we can only use 0.5 gigabytes. 0.5. If we didn't have Connect 10, we would be out of data immediately. What happened, Mama? Don't play with my microphone, okay? Thank you.
The other thing about the Connect 10 internet is that instead of just having one Wi-Fi provider, so like say you get a hotspot from one particular carrier, this actually pings every single cell phone tower. So whether you're paying for that one carrier or not, you get access to all of the carriers, which means it's going to prioritize whichever service is the best. We've definitely been in places where one carrier worked and another carrier didn't. So if you have the hotspot for the one that doesn't work, you're kind of SOL. Whereas with the Connect 10, it works no matter what. What Everly was trying to say is that she wants to show you her bedroom. So let's go in here. This is one of the main reasons why we purchased this model, so that Everly could have her own space. You'll notice that it's a little bit dark in here. We actually added blackout filament to both of the windows so that she could have super dark daytime naps, which is helping with her sleep schedule. And we have this super cute Everly sign. This was made by our friends Tread the Globe. They sent it to her when she was born. We're so happy to have somewhere to hang it now. Love it so much. Another feature of this room, it was a gift from a friend. This was made by our friends Maria Jose and Chase in Tennessee when we were visiting them at Building Sunny. These cupboards right here, we have all of Everly's clothes set up, and then she has some toys and books and things like that up here. Technically, this room is a 3-bunk room. So you've got a ladder that goes up here and a mattress up top here. We're actually using this up top area just for extra storage right now. We put Everly's high chair up there when she's not eating because it does take up a lot of space in the living room. And then on this other side, so this wall comes down and locks into these, giving you a bunk on the bottom and a bunk on the top. So that gives us 1, 2, 3 bunks in this room, and we're not using any of them because Everly sleeps in her pack and play.
But if we didn't have another child, there would be enough room for another.
We could have 4 kids in here, guys. What do you think? Should we make a baseball team? But for now, it's actually really nice to have the couch set up over here so we can breastfeed, we can play, we can hang out with her in here. Often this room is just covered in toys all over the floor. We're having a great time in here. And it's really nice for Everly to have her own space where we can store her diapers and her clothes and everything that's hers, and just for her own privacy.
Another area where we have more storage as well in Everly's room. There's a vacuum in here. You can turn it on. This is a 120 system, so of course we have to have 120 to use it. But with that vacuum, we can literally vacuum the whole entire house in one fell swoop. It's also nice that we have this door that we could close. That way we could section Everly off. And believe it or not, when we're outside talking and she's in that room, you can't really hear it much.
The main living area has two kind of chill spots. This is a giant table area that also collapses into a bed if you needed more sleeping arrangements. We can work, we can eat, we can play, we can do board games, and there's so much natural light, which is really, really great. And actually, I love the window finishings in this area. I mean, like the top sconces are a little bit dated, but the actual blinds are really nice. In the bedrooms, it seems like they kind of skimped a little bit and went with a less expensive window covering option, but in the main area, these blinds are actually amazing.
So as you guys may know, this is my primary lounging area. I like to kick my feet up, chill out, and this couch is actually really freaking comfortable. And it's nice because we do have the TV right there, right behind Alex, where we'll be able to throw on the football games that are coming up for this, new NFL season. And my Giants are going to kick some butt, even though most people think they're not. This actually does pull out. It comes out to about the middle of the space here and becomes a full bed that you could sleep 2 more people on. Up here is like our electrical storage. Nice big space here so we could reach in, easily grab everything. This is kind of like miscellaneous, but mostly electric storage. And there's 3 doors for this. So there's also one on the side so you can put easy, quick stuff that you want to grab if you're sitting in the dining area. We have like our first aid kit area and a little bit of RV related stuff. So that way if we did have an issue with anything, we could easily quick grab the manuals and quick troubleshoot. And then down here is actually where we're keeping our shoes for now. This is that radio that I was talking about, that you have the speaker situation outside. You also have 2 more zones inside here. And so we could make sure that Everly's not getting the music in her room, but we're getting the music out here, which I absolutely love, because if she's trying to sleep at night, we can play music out here and not be a bother to her. Just below that, you have a couple of USBs, so you can charge stuff via 12 volt right here in this area. We normally keep this little fan here to try to create some more cross breeze in this spot, because I'll say that's one thing that it lacks is a little bit of cross breeze.
The breeziest part of the house is actually this window to that door, and it's like, whew, it feels so good, but nowhere else gets a breeze. So we've added a bunch of fans in the rooms. Moving into the bathroom. This space actually stays nice and cold, surprisingly. I think because it's closed off to all of this sunlight. It's a full dry bath. So we have a toilet over here. This is a black tank toilet, typical Dometic RV toilet. We have a very large shower. This is a nice big space to use. It's also got a vent up top, so you can vent it and fan as you're using it, so you're not steaming up this place too much. The handle is a water efficient handle that you can turn on and off as you're using it. And it also doesn't use too much water per minute, which is great. And some storage in here for your soaps, shampoos, things like that. Over here, we have our typical bathroom storage, vanity up top, the sink and shower, and then a little bit of storage down below.
Hey, look. There's also a very nice size full mirror in here, so when we want to get ready in the morning, we can look good and feel good. This right here is the main bedroom that we're walking into. There is a nice sliding door. Here's the bed. It is actually a pretty big bed. It's like a camping or a camper, a trailer full, but it's big. Alex and I easily fit in it, and Everly jumps in here. Paco jumps in here. Down here is storage into the lower compartment. This is where I have all the tools from outside, so we do have access to it from inside as well if we need to. More storage, which you have some towels in. Middle, this whole thing up top here is all storage. You can look all the way down inside. We've taken out all of our clothes from there because we are going to the UK, so we did have to pack. We did put up these hooks right here. There's a coax cable here for if you're hooking up a TV, a CO2 and smoke detector. Every single room has one of these equipped in there. This has been really comfortable for Alex and I to sleep in, and we really, really enjoy sleeping in this space.
We hope you guys have enjoyed this tour of our 2016 Hideout trailer. We're absolutely loving this as our new family home.
And if you have any questions about the trailer or about us, just leave them in the comments below and we'll get right back to you.
And join us for our UK travel vlog series. We are so excited to hit the road for a completely F&A adventure.
So if you're new here, subscribe to the channel.